The reason government is exploding in size is because the criminals that own and run it are getting greedy, but also because they know people are starting to resist them. So they're trying to come in with even more force and just take everything over at once. The banks, the auto industry, everything. That's what the carbon tax is about. That's what healthcare is about. They're taking everything over right now. We're going to go to Dave, Wayne, David, Brigton, Steve, and others. The toll-free number to join us is 888-201-2244. David in Pennsylvania, thanks for holding. Welcome.
Hey, Alex, you rock, man. I got two quick questions for you, and nothing to do with healthcare. Number one, when the economy collapses and this all hits rock bottom, do you think that we will be safe in our homes?
Well, I mean, you're not safe in your car. It's the number one cause of death, but we still get in our cars. Will you be less safe in your home? Absolutely. Crime is going to go up. Crackheads and heroin heads will continue to try to rob stereos and computers so they can buy opium and cocaine shipped in by the government. And then you'll also get robbed by having to pay taxes for police to fight the drug addicts using the government products. That's how the globalists make money on both sides of the fence. And no, I mean, I think as society is going to get worse and worse and worse, and then they're going to have the public begging for regular Army troops to be put on the streets through Northcom. Go ahead.
Do you think, though, that they'll be... My point is this, is when this all collapses and the economy hits the fan and we're pretty much subjected to at their mercy, per se, then, and I mean, if we have our stockpile of food in our homes and things like that where we don't have to go out for anything, do you think that will... Because, I mean, I see the way things are going and listening to you and other people, and, they're going to be having checkpoints everywhere. I mean, they're going to be on top of us like flies on crap. And my concern is... No,
I hear you, and I appreciate your call, sir. That's not how it works. They need to incrementally roll things out. The average cop isn't thinking, I'm evil, I'm part of a big master plan. They're being put into scenarios incrementally that slowly twist them to believe that secret arrest and torture and databases and no-fly list and no travel list and no gun ownership list are legitimate when they're not. Those are extrajudicial. It's total tyranny. And it's going to be a process of bankrupting the economy and a process of the military quelling riots in Detroit or L.A. And then, well, a lot of you idiots were against troops on the streets, but look what they did after that riot. They went in and did a good job. And the troops will do a good job. And then it sets the precedent. And now you're sold on it. So a lot of people think we're going to see instant martial law and checkpoints and Alex Jones being arrested. No. It'll just be continual collapse of society incrementally. And then maybe suddenly Alex can't fly anymore. You can't fly anymore. I'm bankrupt. I've got to try to go get on the government teat. If I try to go out and live on a farm or a ranch, the economy will be so imploded, and there'll be so many rules and animal ID and premises ID that I won't be able to even be self-sufficient. And then the bureaucrats will come and say, all right, we're taking over your land. We run it now. But you're allowed to stay on part of your land as long as you work for us. This is what it is to be a slave. So all these good old boys are like waiting in bunkers for the war to start. The war is going on in the city councils and the county commissioners and the state houses and the federal government. Everybody needs to get out, go public, speak out, get involved, point out the criminals in government, point out the private Federal Reserve, so that as the tyranny comes down, people know who the enemy is. Instead, most patriots are just buying ammo and guns, getting ready to go out and have shoot 'em ups with the police. That'll do nothing to the bankers. They actually hope that happens. We need to take our government back.
Do you understand how dark it is? How far down the line we are? How late it is?
Know this. Government-run health care is illegal. It's un-American. It's anti-Constitution. But so is warrantless wiretapping by the NSA against the American people. So is face scanning and license plate scanning cameras on street corners. The TSA and federal government putting in 214 body scanners at 214 airports. More than 214, but at 214 airports, putting in these systems that record your bare, naked body on hard drives. You put your children through it. It's all part of humiliation, all part of training you to submit. That's all unconstitutional. What, some of you fake law and order conservatives that think Nazi Germany's conservative and good, that think preemptive war is good? You don't like the chickens coming home to roost? You don't want to live in the Soviet Union? You don't want to live in a fascist communist system? It's all the same. Command and control, cops in black uniforms, cameras everywhere. We know what tyranny is. You think the death and destruction stops with the Arabs that you want to kill? No, you're going to be a slave too to the same empire. And all you moron liberals, all you mainline liberals that think you're goody two-shoes and bleeding heart, your bosses are all a bunch of eugenicists who openly talk about having big government so they can forcibly kill people's babies and have forced abortion, which is now being proposed. You're going to find out what it is to be an idiot. You're going to find out what it is to be fools. You're going to find out what it is to live under corruption. All right, I'm really preachy today because I'm so angry. I know most Americans are great people and are awake and are upset and know that things are desperately wrong. But 5 years in prison and $250,000 fine if you don't go out and buy insurance on top of a 2.5 to 5% tax. So they take money out of your check and make you go get insurance. I mean, you got to love this. Yeah, Obama wouldn't. The American people are so easy to trick, though. I've gotten a bunch of emails and calls about my new film, Fall of the Republic, and people are fighting to find anything incorrect or wrong in the film. And I get calls and emails saying, Alex, you say that people who make over $125,000 a year are having to have increased taxes under Obama. It's $250,000. No, you didn't catch me being wrong. You caught me being right. You're wrong again. It's families making over $250,000. What is a man and a woman? What is a family? If couples of two people making $250,000 a year or $125,000 apiece, Obama is trying to pass hundreds of different taxes. And both parties want power, so they're both going along with it. But the listening public tries to look for any excuse to say what we're saying is wrong or isn't true.